Yo, my favorite streamer, I the Dash, he rated me.
Wild.
Wild.
今回味方がレースクイーンか。味方レースクイーンね、今回全員。
オッケー、いつも通りの。
ありがとう。みんなありがとう。
Only got everything closed down already.
Okay, they are already going at it.
5レース5ラップなって
Oh
る。
hell yeah.
なってるよ。
Okay, let's
Okay, so they're
maybe
picks.
I can refresh.
Oh my god, yeah, that latency is nuts.
Yeah, the latency is pretty bad. Maybe I can use Romu's stream. Maybe he's not so far. Like I could cycle through the Japanese streams to see if anyone is not as far
週に
behind.
1回、順位のリマンディン
Yeah,
グと、
might be worth
全
it.
体持ってたら。
É porque eles precisam de gente que fala espanhol. Só tem o Donguitos. Ou melhor, só tinha o Donguitos.
皆さんの配信が
Okay, I hope these streams should be more in sync.
Oh wait, yeah, Arky's playing they're on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could pause Aki's stream. That's kind of true.
Yeah, with all of them being on YouTube, you can sync them
更
up.
新したら治った。
さあ、集中。
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to.
これ勝てば割と硬い
Also
から。
hit me with the full screen whenever you're all
うん
大
ready.
事な初戦。
Yeah, I have to pause the stream here since.
大事に。
Okay, I hope that should be fine now.
もう、あれね。死んだら行って、
OK
すぐ最速ムーブする。
Arky's still a little ahead. Yeah, you got it. Alright, cool.
Okay,
Alright,
this should be
so-
fine.
Yeah, I kind of figured this was going to be Japan's pick. I know that they have been doing Twilight Tour
Yep.
a decent amount. All right, so what are our teams even really kind of look like here? Who's normally their front
いや、
runner
いいやった。ペンギンだけ生きてる。前。
for
ナイス
Japan?
やり。
ナイス。
ナイス。
あ、俺も死んだ。
うまい。
Okay, I have to
So
adjust.
if I remember right, you have like
ナイス
3位のぐらい
Ramu and Wabi Sabi
Mm.
aren't actually normally your front runners, strangely enough.
I mean, I would pretty much guess that Tsunagimo and Wabi-Sabi are trying to get like all the points since they are pretty much their fastest players. I know Tahain usually plays more of a support role. He likes to go for
後
items.
ろちょっと近そうだ。
And he does some really good item plays as well,
前
so...
左イン。
And Romo is just kinda playing whatever just happens in a race. Like, he can either go fast or just go for support, no matter...
スポット前緑オイル。
Yeah, depending on what's required.
Yeah. Maybe see Suna's out in front.
あ、ワン、ツー、スリー、フォ
And
ー。
that's another Japanese player in second, I
他全部今の
believe.
とこフリー。
オッケー。
Actually,
先生後ろ
Yeah, they are...
top four Japan?
I'm pretty sure that they have top 4 right now. Yeah, they are all playing the Nitro Squad members, so this is already pretty early top 4 for Japan.
この間ミサイル標準アウトかもしれないけど。
Oh yeah. One of them took fourth place from the Brazil squad, but top three right off the bat, definitely pretty good. The Penta's the only thing,
前2人も
like
敵
the
だ
Penta's pretty far behind
Mm.
anyways. And it's Arky that's actually in fourth right now anyways, so you can kind of see maybe through his screen if
分岐左なくな
Penta
ってる。
pulls up a little bit. But I do believe that's also a Brazilian player.
Hmm. Yeah, we only see Romu, who's at the moment in 8th place, which is actually pretty good, because I think that the fact that Japan has top 3 and someone in 8th place is kinda good for them, since it also locks the position that gets the most power items, and
Yep.
basically takes the opportunity away from Team Brazil to roll any of the power items, or at least makes it much less likely, because they have
Yeah.
only the 7th place basically.
ジャックポットあと膨らんだら赤あるけど
Yeah.
普通に見えるし
And
わから
it
ない
does help out since
Oh, and we actually see a clock.
I'm not really sure why Sunagima
先生抜
hasn't
くね
tried to go wide for a few Wumpas.
Yeah.
To try to get that shield boot maxed
もう
out,
抜く
but
よメイター
kind of paid the price for it there. Ended up getting clocked.
あ最初のアイテムの後はずっと残ってる
See if any big changes are gonna happen here. Arky getting the third place move, taking down Wabi Sabi.
Yeah, he can probably even overtake Tsunagimo and hit him with a bomb. Nice.
気が来るね
And knocks down. I couldn't quite actually see what that one was, but it's another takedown.
Oh, but he gets
Ooh.
bombed, and I think that was even Tahain who was in front there.
ナイス
Yeah, it's very possible. Sunagimo now
Oh wow,
up
what?
into second place.
That's a
Beaker.
really good beaker.
はいロムーンなら
He just barely clears the jump.
最後の上り坂に2個である
Has Sunak? Is that the green shield he's had this whole time?
Yeah, I think he didn't roll for any item at all.
That honestly feels like such a misplay.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
hung on
he
to that for
definitely
so long.
he definitely kept holding onto that item for way too long. Considering that Japan had top 4 for almost 3 laps, and the fact that Team Brazil crawled back so slowly really shows some of the decisions that Japan made. Like for example, we've seen Tsunagimo just holding onto that shield. He didn't even go for Wumpas or any other item at all.
アイテムの巡り良くない
And yeah,
So my dumbass didn't take a screenshot of
ブースターって感じだ
the scores, but if you open up the
10レースあるから
multi-stream,
今
I
日は
can just, or I
So
can
that
open up the
man,
multi-stream and just tell you what the Japan,
yeah,
One
you can
has-
just go back in my stream basically.
or I can do that. Oh
ど
shit!
こだっけ次
there's
アウトオ
the-
ブタイムか
Hang on.
どうしようかな
We also have 10 tracks this time, so it's gonna be a longer
アウ
match
トオブタイ
than
ムってさ
usual.
やっぱ初手アイテムいった方がいいんかな
There
ど
you
う
go.
思う
Any pixels? Yeah, I'm kind of I like the longer set this time. Like I was
Same.
mentioning last time, it was almost off-putting how quickly a match would end
そう V
because
してたら一番
you'd
時間
only
か
get
かるん
like
だけどな
6 or 7 races and you're like, okay, that's they still have plenty of time to catch up, but no, that's usually when it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like the longer sets as well.
うーん
Yeah.
あでも
これ以上は無理だよな
Yeah, I don't know,
ま
like
あ変えるなら
あ変えるっていうのは
short matches are fine,
Go, go,
especially if
they
you
kinda
want
go
to just
there.
get
So,
stuff
あ
done,
オッケーオッケーオッ
but
ケーオッケー
anytime there's more tracks involved, it's kind of like one of those things where you imagine you're doing like a scientific testing thing, how much different it is if you're only doing 10 or if you're doing 8 tests versus 10, which one's more accurate, you know what I mean?
Mm.
まあそうかそうだそうだねそうだね
あわかったじゃあさ
Alright, so
じゃあ
next track gonna be out of time.
板
Okay,
踏
I
め
hope
た
they
方
are in
が
sync now.
後ろ2人を左右に分けて
Brazilian
板踏めた
squad.
方を前に行かして踏めな
Also
かった
not
人
super
を相手に
surprising. So the Brazil team
wow.
picked out of time, Android Alley, Electron,
はず絶対
Mystery
膨らんで
Caves, and Gingerbread.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure if I would say any of those picks really surprised me too much.
うん
I kind of wouldn't have expected the Mystery Caves pick, or even Gingerbread, but that's just
板どう
me.
やって踏みに行く
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, outside of Twilight Tour, which is one of Aki's best tracks, I don't really know where the Brazilians are particularly strong on. I guess maybe they just tried to counterpick the Japanese players, maybe, where they just picked tracks where they knew the Japanese aren't that good on. That might also be a possibility.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
だね相手一人相手に
Okay,
行ったよ
so looks like we actually had a decently articulated start this time, as opposed to the usual mind games and nobody actually gets fire at the start.
Yeah. I mean, Aki got fire and lost it still because he didn't power slide correct way, so... Yeah, he finds himself in
Yeah.
8th place now, and yeah, starting in 8th place on out of time is always not the thing that you want, because on this track, once you fall behind, it's really hard to catch back up, because this track is just horrible in terms of gameplay balance. And yeah, Aki
you
takes
either
that
have
TNT.
Relatively,
He
you
has
either have
to-
relatively fast blue fire or you
Yeah.
have nothing.
Yeah, basically. And it's also the fact that this track features many narrow sections, like for example the section right before the clock tower, the long straight section, and where it's so easy to get bombed. Like if someone shoots a back bomb there, it's really hard to avoid that.
4潰しといた。シールド失った。
オイル残ってるよ。
Yeah, for sure.
はい。2つある。
Oh wow, I don't know what Aki did right there just, but he hit some weird zigzag movement and lost fire because of
He
it.
was trying to hit the zigzag.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep the speed ghost. Come on, dude.
Yeah, but we see the items generally centered around the area where the STP is. But for those who don't know, but the STP has a very bad respawn point. If you fall down, you respawn after the gap, which means you can't get blue fire back, and you go one lap without blue fire. So you're gonna see most of the items being centered around the place where the STP is, simply because people want to hit other people off of the STP. Basically, it's what your whole strategy on this track revolves around.
そのまんま。
Yep. So we do still see Suna is in last place at the moment. Getting ready to make an overtake though. Gets another
4 が
Aku mask.
シールド。
Could be.
And he takes the opportunity. Oh, he narrowly
Oh,
misses
just missed.
Jenks. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, considering that Jenks has no fire anyway, and he's so far behind. Tsunagimo has 2 masks, so he can easily escape. And Jenks is basically dead last, and I don't think he will be able to make a comeback from that position, because he's just too far behind, and even the clock on orb wouldn't really help him that much.
Yeah. It does seem as though Ramu lost fire, but I think he still had Sacred.
Yeah,
So-
but even then Romo gets blue fire back, so
Right.
it's looking pretty good for the Japanese players now in that race. Oh, and someone failed a shortcut. It's Tahine who actually failed the shortcut.
なんだ、あ、6です。仮面持ってる。
I don't know. I wouldn't really say that this is looking good for the Japanese players, though. You do have you have the top spot, which is a Japanese player, but then 2, 3, 4.
Oh, right. I was confused by the Jester Penta. Yeah, they are 2, 3, and 4, which is actually a win for Brazil. Wow.
Yeah, they went 2, 3, 4, 8. Unless Jenks can get a pass here on the last lap. Not likely, but
Don't-
wait, I
Don't
might have spoke too soon. They're battling back there.
yeah.
すまぬ。
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
only a
okay.
1-point win for Brazil. Don't forget scores, by the way.
先生、サンキュー。
Yeah, I got it this time.
Okay.
ナイス。
More pixels this time because you weren't full
Okay.
screen.
And
Smile.
here you have your full screen.
Thank you.
2点、あ、どうぞ。
大輝さんラグってた。
ラグってない。
So yeah, that was a good finish for Brazil there. Definitely gonna make up some points now. Actually, that might put them in the lead. 'Cause
No.
Japan.
They only
Doesn't
made
あー
1 point.
ゴ
Oh,
ール
okay.
前の
So it's only a 2-point difference. They're going into race 3, which is
Yeah, basically.
still pretty good.
だか
先生が置いたんちゃう？
先生置いてなかった気がするな、それ。
Still though, I feel like isn't Japan normally good on Android Alley from what I've seen?
Yeah. Android Alley is one of their favorite tracks. I'm not really sure why, but whenever you play against the Japanese players, especially if you play against Aqua, they really like to pick Android Alley for some reason. And I mean, it's not like I can't understand it. I totally agree. I think Android Alley is a really good track for wars in general. It's moderately long. It's a Sacred Fire track, and it has no bullshit. Basically, it's just a bare bones track, and
あ、まあ確かに。
it's pretty nice for wars, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people who agree there. Like I know a lot of people who like to play Android Alley in wars. I don't know what it is about the Japanese specifically. I know that Sashikon is really good on Android Alley. He has the time trial world record, but I don't think that has anything to do with it, because Sashikon doesn't play wars. But Yeah,
Right.
I guess they just like the track in general, like most people do.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the more I look and think about this draft, it just makes less and less sense. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I mean, I guess for
Like,
for Japan, um,
Oi.
as far as Japan is concerned, they like to pick tracks where they have really good time trials on. And you can see this trial to a prehistoric playground, for example, where Wabi Sabi is the world record holder, and Tiny Arena, where Wabi Sabi also has the world record or had it in the past. And you can really see that they like to pick tracks where they basically have very good time trial times on.
Yeah.
And
Also, I do just want to point out real quick, you don't have the updated scores on the screen.
oh yeah,
ボブスカした
なんかあれでしたかも。
Anyway, Arky gets the breakaway kind of early on there and gets a back bomb on somebody. Didn't quite see who it was. So he's leading the charge ever so slightly, at least on his screen. Actually, if you watch Tsunekima's
oh Aki has a really good bomb there, but unfortunately gets bombed over the turbo pad. Oh, I mean he falls down.
疑問に言っちゃった
Yeah, that's not enough. He will lose fire. Yeah.
はい
he doesn't hold it on
まあ
Lucky.
自己完璧の
大丈夫大丈夫。
All right, and we already see the Amy. Who is that? Ramu.
Yeah.
Ramu way out in front already, followed by Wabi Sabi. Wabi Sabi's a little bit closer to the rest of the pack, so he's at least a little bit within striking range. But
Yeah, but Aki now with that mask, he can basically just plow through the crowd. Like he should have used that mask already and basically hit everyone in his path, but he kinda
Doesn't hit
avoided
anybody
some
with it.
people.
yeah,
90度イン置くね
はい。ワンツー56。
I mean, we see some teleporting, which is kinda unfortunate, but yeah.
ちょっと膨らんだ
right. It seems like most of the teleporting is actually just for the Brazilian players right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't see who that person is right there. Yeah, that was another Brazilian player that was teleporting on Arky's screen. This is Japanese host right now, right?
Mm. Yep. Yeah. Tahain is hosting, I think.
青バリア。
Yeah, that's what I figured.
あじゃあちょっと僕前行っていい
いいよ。膨らんだ。
ありがとう
勝った。
多分
ゴールの得点左側
Okay.
に。
So Ramu still way out in front. There's another big gap between him and Wabi Sabi, and even Wabi Sabi there's a pretty
Yeah.
big gap between him and Arky. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, Aki.
run.
Aki is the only Brazilian who is in the top 4 right now, and he basically has to defend himself against 4 of the Japanese people.
あーごめん。
Oh, Wabi Sabi!
重ねた先生。
No, that was not Wabi Sabi, it was someone else. The name showed wrong. Okay.
強化着地右の方に着地した方がいい。
Tsunagimo looks like he gets hit there, falling down into 7th place now.
Mm.
1位でシールド貼った
ナイス。
ナイス
先生全体
Yeah, even though it's just now starting lap 4, I would almost say that at least for your top 4 places, this is probably what we're looking at.
ナイス
Mm. I honestly
The
think.
Pinstripe might take fourth instead, but we'll see.
Mm. I honestly think Aki should backspam. Like him holding onto that shield, like the top 2 is basically guaranteed. And I think what they should focus on is basically minimizing the damage.
78
And basically try to get 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place. So basically Japan gets bottom 2, because if that's the case, then Japan only gets 3 points from that race.
ワンツーシールドに
And
So right
yeah.
now, all of his teammates are right behind him,
シ
though.
ールド。
Right now, like they actually do have 3, 4, 5.
Oh, they actually did that. Okay, nice. Yeah. I
So
see it on the
I
minimap.
think it's smarter for him to hang onto the shield here. Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
in
they
that
have
that case, yeah.
Japan has 7th and 8th already. He needs
Yeah,
to protect
yeah.
himself from.
Yeah,
stuff.
in that case, that was a really good move in that case, because like a bit earlier, Aki was like the only one in the top 5, and his teammates were bottom 3. So yeah, but things changed.
Yeah, if that was the case, I definitely agree. But yeah, right now I think he's doing pretty much the only thing he can do.
Yeah,
And honestly, I don't really see too much changing here.
yeah.
It looks like there is a battle for 7th place, though.
Mm. I mean, the minimap is a bit unreliable, but it seems like Penta is defending himself against Tahain as good as he can.
最後、
Yep.
It seems like
最後のカーブ、手前にいいと思う。
Looks like Tahan got a lead on him.
Yeah.
あるある。
Is
Yeah,
he able to finish?
shows-
Oh, nice. Finishes 5th. That's a strong position, though. It gets
Yeah,
Japan
went from
definitely.
seventh to fifth within a few seconds.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
ナイスワンツー。
ナイス。
うまい
And
ぞ。これは美味しいね。
うん。うん。
all right, so Japan goes 1-2, 5-8, which is still a win, I believe.
Yep. Japan
Yeah,
won
definitely.
simply because they had top 2. That's
Yeah,
guaranteed
top
win.
2 is always win.
Yep.
まあとはいえね、やっぱり後
Yeah,
半
so
相手ホストのことを考えると
Could be a little bit better of a finish there for Brazil, but definitely not the worst.
Yeah. We see Japan now in the lead with 9 points, which is not too much. One top 3 and basically Brazil is in the lead again.
9点アド。
Right. It's definitely good for them to keep it below a 10-point difference if
Yeah.
they want to be able to come back.
Yeah.
And we're not even halfway through, which is,
I mean,
nice.
in general, since we are playing 10 tracks now, there's a lot of more room to fall behind. Like, even if they fell behind by like 20 points, it wouldn't really matter that much. Because 5 races and stuff.
今日の勝負ポイント。
まあでもなんならさ、もし取れるんだったら、まあ今後のピック候補としてもありだよね。
Alright. The prehistoric playground. This is the first time I've seen this track in a war, I think.
ピックだとは思うけど。
8スタートでいいよね。
I mean, I think it's been played before, but we played it against Italy. Germany played it against Italy. It was one of our picks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
kinda
I
sort of
agree.
fell asleep during that.
It's not a very common pick overall because many people don't like the track still because of how the first STP is designed, and you know you always get hit before you cross the STP.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
think the track sucks.
yeah. A lot of people just don't like the track design. The fact that the STP is between 2 rocks at the start after the first set of item crates, and that there's no STP on the track up until the end before the finish line, and that's why a lot of people don't like the track. But I think it's actually a genuinely good track in the war ever since it got patched in March. Like the March patch really made the track a lot better than it was before. And I think nowadays it's actually a really good track for wars. But I can understand that many people don't like it.
Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of pretty much anything involving the track.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Feels really slow.
I mean,
the fire itself
Sunagimo
is really slow.
Sunagimo gets a shield here, which is pretty much the ideal item. Like that's as good as you can hope for. Like getting a shield on prehistoric at the start and not using it. Yeah, I don't know what he expected there.
洞窟90度に置くよ。
That's the second time we've seen him
Yeah.
do this too. He
Yeah.
did this on the first race, I believe.
Yeah, he's waiting for way too long to use his shield. Like when you get a shield at the start, you should immediately use it. Like of course you are at the risk of hitting your own teammates and stuff, but then again, if you get hit yourself, then that doesn't help either, you know.
Yeah. Arky he loses fire and he gets a really nice bomb as he was getting past. So definitely minimizing the damage there from this fire loss.
引っかかってる。
Romo is again escaping, which is pretty nice. If you have a lead on that track, you can keep it pretty handily. Usually.
Yep.
Oh, and Jengs runs into a nitro.
90度の後、
Yeah, at the moment it still looks like top spot's gonna be pretty secure for the time being, unless he can get hit by a big catch-up item or something.
I mean, I would assume that Wabi Sabi is able to catch up to Arki or AWS simply because Wabi Sabi has better lines. But then again, we see an unfortunate disconnect from Penta Penguin.
So that's another Brazilian player down.
Yeah, that's one of the Brazilian players down, and we can safely assume that the bot will get 8th place. So
Yeah, and unfortunately, that means for the next 2 laps, or three laps almost, They're not gonna get any power items
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
bot's gonna roll them and not use them.
I mean, the bot may even roll a power item and
Wait,
made.
it can't. It can't though, right?
I mean, it depends on the difficulty settings.
あぶね、あるあるある。
I mean, what I know, the bot can sometimes hit players that overlap it, even if it's your own teammate. You know, the bot sometimes
Oh
just
yeah, I
hits
guess
you.
there's that.
Yeah, so a bot can definitely meddle with a team in an unfortunate way.
青シールな。
Oh man, Arky's about to get comboed. He jumped a little bit
Yeah.
early off of that
Yeah.
ramp there and missed the shortcut.
This race is very tough for Brazil right now, and we can also see EWS is probably going to get hit by either Tahain or Sunagimu. They are right behind him, and if they catch any more up, oh, it seems like he lost fire even. Okay, now he's getting comboed. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, there he goes.
Ooh.
Top 3 guaranteed for Japan, probably.
Yeah,
now.
there's the bot.
ショートカットって
Yep,
右の相手
not
の
making any
すごい
big
から
plays.
Yeah, and I guess Wabi-Sabi will be able to catch up on his own since his lines are so much better.
Wait, did he just fall?
Unless he falls down, what the fuck are you doing, Wabi-Sabi?
What?
I mean, I guess that's the word record holder on that track for you.
That's what happens when you time trial prehistoric playground. This is your brain
Yeah.
on prehistoric playground.
疑問がいけるタイミングで打とう。
Alright, well.
He's actually last. I mean, he's not last, but he's 7th.
Right,
So.
right.
Oh, did.
Wait.
Okay, I don't think that was the AI. That was probably Jenks or Wabi-Sabi.
Yeah. Tsunagima gets
Wow.
taken down. Will it
Well,
make
another
a
orb,
position
who?
change? Yeah, there was a second orb, by the way.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so still top 3 for Japan, though.
Yeah, top 3 and 6th place, which means they go into a massive lead now. That's kinda unfortunate that Panda Pinguim got
肝心のワ
disconnected
ビが
here.
エンディングだから。それ以外は最高にナイス。
Alright.
まあちょっと相手に
データだけどそうだね。
Unfortunately, I know it kind of hurts to say, but aside from, I guess, the power item rolls, Penta was already in 8th place when he
スター
disconnected.
ト前に回線落ちしたら
Yeah.
So it's hard to say if he would have been able to really make much of a
Yeah,
comeback.
yeah, that's true.
昨日のやつが
But, I mean, it is possible since Wabi Sabi did end up falling all the way down to 7th at some point.
えいちゃん、Thank you。相手ラグくないやん。
これはちょっとパーティーペンタのカゴを出しとくべきだな。
Yeah, Japan with the big win on Prehistoric Playground.
ここが指してるパーティーペン
Going into a lead of 24 points now.
まあ、賞味感覚で当てれるよな。
I guess playing 10 tracks is kinda nice, I guess. Simply because, you know, when you only play 8 tracks, for example, and I've seen this when Germany played against Japan. We won 6 out of 8 races, and we almost lost because we won, but usually only by a handful of points. And then Japan had 2 very strong wins. One they had a top 3 and one where they had top 4. And the more tracks you play, the less impactful a single top 4 is, for example. Like if you only play 5 tracks, for example, then one top 4 is huge. It's really huge because it just increases the point difference so much. And when you play 10 tracks, then it's not as bad when the enemy gets top 4 once because you have more races to balance it out. And I think more tracks in general are preferable because sometimes you just really have bad luck. That's all it takes. Like sometimes you have genuinely bad luck and the enemy team gets top 3 or top 4, which there are some tracks where that can happen, like especially Thunderstruck, Twilight Tour, all of those tracks where that can happen. And the more tracks you play, the less likely it is to go out because of one lucky top 4 in quotes.
Right. Yeah, dude, just play better.
Yeah.
Dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nef has basically no RNG in it. Not even in the speedrun, not in online. I mean, 100% consistent game. Just play better, dude.
Exactly.
で真ん中で連打するアイテム5左右に分かれて
わかります。
コースどこだっけ？
継ぎ上げ
あー、オッケー。僕、普通にリンゴ拾いに行くわ。
Okay, so get started on Higher Skyway. Looks like all 8 players connected this time. Hopefully it stays that way. It's gonna be our last track before halftime.
Yeah, I'm probably sure that Brazil is gonna invoke the host change.
Probably, yeah. I'm also curious to see if they'll end up doing any roster changes.
ロムちゃんの色吸収してしまった。
Oh wow, one of them already gets a mask, and I think that's
ナイス
Wabi-Sabi who actually got the mask and took everyone in his path just out.
Ooh, Arky getting that nice bomb onto...
And Panda
Oh,
Penguin
no,
disconnected
wait, that
again.
means they can actually restart this one though, right? On lap 1.
267
Isn't there a rule that when a player disconnects multiple times?
I'm not
おい
sure.
CPU の
I have to
悪に殺された
look
よ
it up.
I think it's a limit of how many restarts you can
Yeah,
have.
but I think they can restart. No, I mean,
Only if it's at the start.
yeah, yeah.
序盤の
Yeah, right. Only if he disconnects before the start already. Yeah, but in that case, it's even more unfortunate since he disconnected even earlier than Prehistoric Playground. And now he's just gonna have the bot in 8th place. And looking at the positions of Japan, this is going to be really, really rough
まあ攻めて走ってあ
for Brazil.
The
ロムちゃん
hell?
ない？
6
Okay, Tsunekima gets beakered. Definitely a little brutal there. You see somebody from the Brazilian team. Actually, I think there's 2. I think the third
Yeah.
place one is...
Yeah, the Pasadena is from Brazil.
うわやった
1456
Can't tell who that is. Is that Eater Plus? Probably. Yeah, because the Clown Penguin... Clown Penta's not there anymore. Alright, so they do have 2 people from Brazil up in the top 4 this time, which is nice for them.
Yeah, and they really need that. And wow,
That perfectly, like, it was like frame perfect Aku. Holy
yeah,
shit.
those were some reactions. One
Wow.
frame more and he would have gotten hit by that big. That's a nice reaction right there.
うわもう邪魔やなこの
Alright, so we do see Ramu is still out in front. Not as much of a huge lead as some of the other tracks, but big enough that gonna be hard to close the gap from first and second on him.
Yeah, I mean Romo is pretty much a lot ahead of Aki right now, and Wabi-Sabi is just ahead of everyone. Jenks is a bit behind Wabi-Sabi. I guess Wabi-Sabi already has a blue shield or something. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult to catch up, especially on that Skyway. It's difficult enough as it is already to catch up to someone simply because of how the track is designed.
Not sure if this mask that Tsunegima has is worth. I mean, like it'll make him go faster, but obviously
先生
not
最後なんな
too
ら行
much
かない方
since
がいい
it's
かな
higher Skyway and he won't be
Yeah.
touching
Yeah.
the ground too much.
Yeah, that mask on that Skyway is generally not really a full item.
うん死んだ
Wow.
Ooh, okay, just barely.
Yeah.
clears it.
ロムさん見つめっちゃ
I mean, I guess a mask is kinda nice if there's someone who's actually near you, but
できる
あるあるある
But the person near him is his own teammate
yeah,
right
the
now.
oh, it is an orb coming. I can now. He has to use the mask,
変
and
わらんなでもこれ
変わらんね
yeah, but especially this happen right there is really dangerous if you have a mask because you can't just jump
Yeah,
over
you
it
just
all the
fly
way.
over.
And this is actually a win for Team Brazil, despite their member disconnecting. They still managed to clutch the win. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Definitely good job from Brazil there.
Yeah, they played really well.
ちょっと攻めすぎたな
So we'll see. Now we're going into halftime. We'll have to see if they end up keeping Penta on the roster. This is now the second time that he's disconnected.
Mm,
If he's
I mean-
well, I mean, if they're gonna do a host switch, then
Yeah.
maybe he'll be fine.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. If they are gonna switch hosts, then maybe it's fine. I mean, it's only a 1-point win by Team Brazil, which is better than losing. But I guess they're gonna do a bit more if they wanna win, you know.
Yeah, definitely caught up at least a little bit though, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
I mean 1 point, but yeah, we don't have 23 tracks left, so
Come on, dude.
俺がちょっとね
Let them go
攻
at
め
their
す
own
ぎて落ちな
pace.
ければミサイルで2-3潰せたと思うんだけど総力で追いついてたからやらかしたなこれは。じゃあ交代だね。
どうする？ロムちゃん前にする？それとも
yeah, we are seeing a host switch now as expected.
相談し忘れてたよね。
あ、そうだね。
I'm curious who we'll see end up being the host for Brazil.
今のところ先生もまあそれなりに点取れてるし、
じゃあそのままにしようか。
前抜けできた時は結構いけてると思う。
ラグだろうから。
We need some banger music. Like right now, this is how I'm feeling.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was watching this GIF somebody posted of this robot playing ping pong off of some anime girl's tits. I can't help it. Alright, so as we see the lobby starting to repopulate. God, I can't hear the stream, so I gotta unmute the actual stream. Oh hell yeah, the Crash Bash JP soundtrack.
Yeah.
Thank God. Alright, so what do you expect to see in our next, you know, the 5 races here?
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult question. I mean, we have some wild tracks coming up. Electron Avenue, Mega Mix Mania, Gingerbread Joyride. As far as Tiny Arena goes, I think on Tiny Arena I would definitely give the edge to Japan overall. I'm not sure about the other tracks. I don't know how good exactly either Japan or Brazil are on Electron Avenue or Gingerbread Joyride. I honestly don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them.
I expect most of them to be okay on Electron, but that's my stab in the dark.
I mean, I've honestly never seen the Japanese or the Brazils play on any of those tracks, and I've never played against them on those tracks, so... But maybe they have something in mind. Maybe they secretly practice the pose with tag, and they are now trying to do that on Electron Avenue. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. gonna be interesting, especially Electron Avenue.
See, I always feel like Electron's one of the less interesting tracks to watch, though.
Yeah. I mean, I kinda don't really like playing Electron Avenue simply because items on this track are not really that powerful. You can get blue fire back basically everywhere, and for someone who usually plays support role, someone like Zamu for example, or someone like me, we really have a hard time making an impact with items simply because the track is so long, and if someone is really good at the speed ghost, he will escape at the start already, and it's gonna be really difficult to make a good impact with items on this track. So that's my biggest complaint about this track as a whole. Of course, as a front runner, this track is what you want, because you can basically, if you escape, you're done. You're just gonna get first.
Yeah. That's kind of my experience with playing Electron as well. It's just you get ahead and nobody contests you unless you like make a really bad screw up.
Yeah, I mean we see this with players like Karma, for example. Karma always gets the best speed ghost, escapes at the start, and wins the race. That's basically how Electron Avenue goes. And also the fact sometimes, you know, Electron Avenue, the issue with the connection, if you are unable to switch the box at the start, and you cancel your speed ghost because the lane doesn't switch, then that's also pretty shitty.
Yeah. That's why you screw up the turbo pad yourself to just mess with everybody.
Yep. Yeah. I mean that's a valid strategy. If you could cancel everyone's speed ghost, that would be kinda cool.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of like competitive play, the speed ghost and Electron Avenue really makes a lot of things worse.
I agree. Speed ghost is bad.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people come into my chat after I started playing OG again that when I would pull up on Higher Skyway, they're like, man, I wish they kept this skip in the game for NF.
Wow.
And like, I just don't understand that mentality. And I don't even do like the big one where you have to like go forward a bit, turn around, like towards the beginning. Like, I just do the one with the fence hop. It's like, why would you want that in like multiplayer? Just everybody pulls up, turns around in the exact same fucking spot to try to all pile up like through the fence. It sounds really stupid to me.
I mean, I guess the sentiment and in that regard is really just... See, I always thought about how would the game look like if you had some of the skips like in the original CTR, for example, if you could still do the Oxide Station skip, for example. What would competitive play look like if those skips were still possible? Like, for example, you could either decide, okay, I'm playing it safe, or you could go like, fuck it, I'm already half a lap behind, I have to do this skip, or otherwise like, I have no possibility to catch up. And I think having that option of just going for some crazy skip that saves like 30 seconds, for example, would be kinda cool, to be honest.
I mean, we talked about this with Nyx. You know, like, I mean, Nyx is still a thing, but especially the old Nyx, you know, where it was pretty much free.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, those skips that are still in NF don't really save that much time. Like, they usually save about 2-3 seconds, maybe, if we are like, yeah, but it's like you don't have any of those crazy skips like in OG where you can skip half of a lap or anything, and I think if there was like some genuinely difficult shortcut that would allow you to just skip half of the lap at the expense of being really difficult, that would be kinda cool.
Alright, see, Tsunagimo, I'm not really sure what happened with his speed ghost, but it kind of went up in flames there.
Yeah. I mean, we see some really bad teleporting here from Penta Penguin, who is already known for not having the best connection, so...
I think he's host? Either that or Arky's host, I'm not sure actually.
Is he really? I would doubt that, but then again, we have seen Aki escaping, or like we see, he is physically incapable of being hit. It's like, yeah, he has some god mode right there. But yeah, Aki already got a really good speed ghost at the start, and now he just escaped. And if he doesn't do any silly mistakes, then we can safely assume that he's going to win that race, because Electron Avenue is just almost impossible to catch up.
Yeah. He doesn't have too much.
Wow, a
Ooh,
beacon on the
okay,
speed
yeah,
ghost.
never mind. I was gonna say he doesn't have too much of a lead, so it is totally possible that Tsunagimo could catch up. But
Oh yeah, Penta is actually hosting. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't let someone host who disconnected 2 times, but okay.
you know, maybe that's the strat. Maybe they want him to host and hope that the
I mean,
Japanese all disconnect.
I mean,
Maybe that's the strat.
I mean, letting someone host who has like a genuinely bad connection should be banned. that would be really like, that would not be good sportsmanship.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn, I can't believe we have to ban all of Australia.
Yeah. But yeah, I think someone who disconnected 2 times should not be the host. But yeah, that's a
kind of a
topic for another day.
interesting choice.
Yeah. I guess that's something we will have to talk about.
先生5位壁の後の最初の加速がインにめっちゃある
But I mean, yeah, Aki is basically just time trialing Electron Avenue at this point, and it's looking generally a lot better for the Brazilian players right now. So
Yeah, right now Arky has about a 5-second lead over
Yeah.
Tsunagimo.
I mean, it's a bit more than that even. Yeah, it's about, yeah.
えっとね
I
インにある
literally
左の
looked
前
at the splits. Come on,
こ
bro.
の L5 右に取ろう
Ooh, Arky hits the fence though.
Yeah, it's not really. Wow, they're both.
Never, yeah, no.
Wow.
They're really close. Tsunagimo gets the overtake with the
I mean,
bomb.
yeah, I guess that's a case of a silly mistake then, yeah.
先生4位だった
壁いけない壁いけないオイルある
Let's see if Tsunagimo can hold this lead now. Arky has fallen down into 3rd place. It's his teammate that is up there in 2nd place though, so that
先
is
生バリア入って
still okay for Brazil.
Mm.
寄ってる
I don't know how reliable the minimap is right now. I guess that's Penta Penguin, who's like far in the back on 8th place, which means that Brazil right now has pretty much losing positions, and it's again Japan with the winning positions.
インにある残ってるよ
I really
One lap to
didn't
go.
expect Aki to just hit the fence out of nowhere, like. But yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. Okay, there goes. Ooh, and he runs right into the turbo patty. So now Tsunagimo down to 1 blue shield.
Mm.
So we'll have to see if Penta Penguin
僕6位でカメ
pulls a power item of some sort.
さんの後ろ
Halfway through lap 5. Tsunagimo. How many?
先生後ろ仮面僕だから気
It's
にしない
about a full turn.
Oh wow, a clock.
ああよかった使っといて
Oh, okay, okay.
Ooh,
This could
okay.
be.
That changes things.
わかんない
He's gonna
Yeah.
get bumped. He's gonna get bumped by Aki for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, and there it
nice,
is.
Nice,
Okay, okay.
nice,
So
nice,
now-
nice bump.
Brazil ends 1-2.
Does he
wait,
actually hit the
maybe?
fence again?
No, Arky didn't. but
Wow,
either
nice,
might have.
nice overtake.
Nice, nice, nice.
4位。
ごめん。
That's super strong finish
Ah,
for
okay, okay.
for Brazil right
ナイスナイ
there.
スナイス。まあまあまあ最低
It
限。
was looking really bleak. Yeah, they won. They go 1-2, 7-8.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but it's a 3-point win, so I guess it's okay.
このワークしてるこれ。
最高級のは
It's better than losing for sure.
これは普通には戦えないね。
Okay, let me see the scores and then I can.
これはきついね。タイニーアリーナ入れといてよかったね。
They do still have 4 whole tracks to try to catch up, though. So it's
Yep.
not super terrible, but there's still a 20-point gap.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, they only need 5 points per race, which really isn't too much. But and since they
Yeah.
are hosting now, I guess it's a bit advantageous for them. So, and especially with those tracks that are coming up, that might be what they need.
最低限あるから
Yeah, for sure.
ベストつきそう。
I mean, we just witnessed they go 1-2, 7-8, and they gain 3 points. So swap out maybe that 7th place for something a little bit higher up the board, and there you go. Just continue that.
全員前でもいい
Just
のかな
win the race, forehead.
Yeah.
かなまあミサイルとかは使えんけど、仮面はまあ強いのかもしれない
I mean, I guess the main issue right now, if we are looking at if we are looking at the points, we really see that Jenks and Penta really struggle a bit to leave an impact on the race. We often see them in the lower positions, and it's really just we often see Aki and EWS run away, but they
で
don't
疑
really
問は
like.
右行くの分岐
They would need to do something to bring their teammates back into the
先
game,
生と分岐
basically.
左行こうかな
And I think, of course, running away is all good and fine, but if you have half of your team is in the lower positions, then yeah, it's gonna be difficult to get a lot of points. You know, you basically would have to try to get top 2 all the time.
そうだね、わかんないよね。
Unfortunately, Penta actually like started off super strong, I would say, until he started disconnecting. I mean, he had a what is that, 4th place, and then he had a 2nd place
Yeah,
right at the start. The 3rd race where he didn't disconnect, he got 7th though.
yeah,
But I would still say he made a decent impact until he started disconnecting. That last
Yeah,
race might have
yeah.
been kind of a fluke as well. So I think I wouldn't really knock him too much and say that he hasn't really been able to make too much of an impact, because his bad connection kind of
yeah,
limits how much impact he could
yeah,
have made.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of true, but still.
トムちゃんごめん。
Also, what Nick says is kind of true. Brazil and Japan are really on like the opposite of the globe, so yeah, there's bound to be some connection issues.
Yeah.
あの
Let me see
三連
Tsunagima's
ジャンプの
stream
最
lagging
初
a
のジャン
bit.
プ左側に
Yeah.
もの二つ
Arky gets taken down a
Oh
little.
wow, that was a nice back bump right there.
トムちゃんいけ。
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ナイス。
He's gonna
As
get
far
some
as
missiles as well.
Aki is concerned, so despite always being in the higher positions, he has some really good item plays, especially his back bombs are pretty good actually. Like he always looks back and checks the state of the race, and he has good map awareness, and
単位で、
as far as like front runners are concerned, he really does a great job at mixing out his strength.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So long as he's got his head in the game, I think he's definitely a super strong player.
Yeah.
Definitely good at
Wow.
front running and item plays.
Hmm.
Narrow miss there.
ラストインある
Something that's also worth mentioning is he never really goes unnecessarily tight, and he avoids shortcuts if he doesn't need to take them. And
Yeah.
that's something that a lot of players do. Like they are in 8th place and they still try to go for time trial lines, and then they hit backspam for no reason. And that's something that Aki doesn't do at all. And we also don't see that from Tsunagimo usually.
ナイス。
Yeah, Tsunagimo, from what we've seen at least in this set, his main issue is he hangs on to items for too long.
Yeah, yeah.
Or doesn't go for Wumpas when he has a shield. So, like now he has a blue shield,
Yeah,
right? But he
yeah.
still hasn't even used it.
Yeah, yeah.
3で
I mean, it's not super necessary. Ooh, Arky gets the green beaker there.
I mean, that's
Um,
unnecessarily tight, but yeah. And they have top 4 right now, Japan, so...
後ろのペンギン近いからあんまり下がれない。
Yeah, definitely not looking good for Brazil here on this race. Everybody's still on the same stretch of track though, so
Yeah.
it's not as much of a gap as there were in the previous races.
Oh, Aki should have definitely gone for those Wumpas right there, but okay, considering he only gets the super engine, I guess it doesn't really matter.
左取らないで。
But
Yeah.
yeah.
The blue fire would have been nice for him, but he did go for the
Wow,
middle,
he
but it's
jumps
just
over
kinda
the
moist.
crate.
すごい敵魔王シールドだなこれ。
He's gonna go for a squish.
No, no, he lets him
Oh, no, no, no,
overtake
he's
him.
letting him
Yeah,
over- yeah,
strategic
overtake.
slowdown. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's just gonna have
Mystery
to farm for
Caves.
items here.
Yeah, I mean, Mystery Caves, unfortunately, is one of those tracks that are so simple that once you fall behind, it's really hard to leave an impact on the race, since you're basically dependent on power items, and we all know how the power item distribution in this game is, so
イエーイ
ラストインなし、ラストインなし。
yeah, yeah,
he's
it's
not
a
even gonna-
strong top
Not
4.
even gonna use his mask to try to overtake his teammate. This is not really a point. Yeah, unfortunate finish for Brazil there.
ナイス
Hmm.
いいね。
The top 4. Big
いやー
play
細
from
い有利コース
Yep.
で
Japan though.
これ熱いぞ。
熱い
Japanese
や
cheering.
はりカミカミはいいコースだな
Nice.
いいコースだ。クラン戦の時好きだ
Nice.
うんクラン戦じゃなくても好き
Oh right, yeah, I can't hear the audio, but you guys have audio for the
これは
multi-stream.
ね、
Yep.
一応理論値ワールドレコードには行ってないけど50には載ってるんだよな
めぐみくんとなんか趣味思考合うね。
そうなんだよね
The widest of people happies.
まあ彼と違って DTD は下手
Yo, Mary.
まあでも大きさいる。
Okay, let me reload the stream real quick because I think Sunagima was lagging. Yeah, the match is already
次はそこで
starting.
か
そう
Okay, let me pause the stream so that we can get them back up in sync.
でも賞味得失点差の
や
影響ってほぼないに等しい
Oh my god, he's so far behind.
まあないって言ったら嘘だけど
Is that how far behind he is? Can you
Yeah.
just refresh the stream?
そうだね先生頼んだ
Oh, shit, let me.
Okay, now they should be pretty much in sync
最初に
again.
一人自体置物
Okay, okay, okay.
置きます
But yeah, Sunagima was a lot behind.
置く置かない
Open the wrong one.
置くかも。
置くかも
はい、じゃあ迂回する。ちょっとだけ寄るわ、外に。好きにしてもらって大丈夫です。
初手のアイテム
左取りに行くよ。
大輝さん
Yep, those are the pro syncing strats.
OK で
Yeah. Everybody just streaming on YouTube. As much as I hate YouTube streaming, this is like the biggest upside to it. Because if you
Yeah.
just do multi-streams like this, it's just easy.
Yep, that's true. I mean, if they would both stream on Twitch, we wouldn't have this issue in first place, but yeah.
Arguable.
しゃ集中
But either way, alright.
Here we
so
go,
got
tiny
another-
arena, and Brazil needs to make good plays here. They need an average 13 points per race, which is a top 3 in 7th place. So, yeah. Aki
They have their
avoiding the
work cut out
Wumpa.
for them.
Yep. Yeah, so Nagimo and Aki are both in first place now on their screens. And Aki gets
Yep.
the green shield. That's an incredible valuable item. And he... Oh, he gets insta-bob on the shield. Damn.
なくなってる。
先生なんもなし。
俺シールド持ってるよ。
いやでも先生
Let's see if he's gonna be able to make a play
と
here.
りあえずリンゴ貯めるわ
Nagimo loses fire. So did Arky though.
箱
So
裏オイル置いていい
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
something that's worth mentioning for anyone who doesn't know, but online, when you play online and you fire a shield, sometimes it just explodes instantly. It happens randomly, nobody knows why it happens, but it
じゃあ落
happens.
ちるはった
ナイス
Arky tries to block that missile, but classic NF Online makes it so,
Yeah.
even though you drop a TNT, the missile just goes right through it.
Yeah, because
Very cool.
TNT doesn't come out on the other player's screen in time.
ごめんシンプルにグラった
Oh wow, EWS taking the tight beaker. That's kind of unfortunate since he has to go without fire for quite a while now.
Yep. We do see the classic combo of Ramu and Wabi-Sabi out in front again.
Yeah, if they do combo backspam here, then it's gonna be really difficult.
バックストレート、まあちょっと膨らんだ
For
ところはある
Aki, yeah.
Yep, there it is.
And he gets
Passes the
comboed now.
baton.
1にシールド
Passing the baton to Penta.
He's gonna get hit by a Tahain probably as well.
Yeah, we'll see. He's at least got triple missiles, and this is a good track to be able to, you know, back missile. However, it's a good chance that 8th place has. Never mind. I was going to say it's usually a good chance that 8th place has a mask running like 24/7.
So Nagimo is trying to get Penta Penguin there, but he's teleporting so bad that he can't even hit him probably.
Dude,
but
he's invincible. He's
yeah.
got the god mode.
Yeah, the god mode. But I mean, it seems like he actually got hit by that one bomb, so yeah. This top 2 is looking solid though, really solid, and if Sunagimo can hold onto the 3rd place, then it's even better. Oh yeah, AWS hits the nitro, there goes unnecessary type.
ミサイル食らうぐらいの距離感だからまだまだ
Yeah, looking like a very unfortunate finish already
Yeah,
for Brazil.
yeah.
As we see top 2 is about a turn and a half already ahead of 3rd place, which is another Japanese player.
Yeah, and if Japan wins that race, then they won the entire match. So, yeah.
着物はフリーだから
I definitely want to say it's kind of a surprising end to it at this point. I think the disconnects on race, you know, 4 and 5 definitely hurt Brazil a ton.
Yeah.
In general, I think they put up a really good fight throughout this whole war.
Yep.
見えるけどいい攻めた方がいい。青バリア引いた。
あナイス
I mean, of course I say that, but they actually won one of the races with the disconnect.
I mean, but even then, they still lost a lot of points because of that. Like, if they had 2, 3, and 4 without their 4th teammate, like imagine what they could have done if they had 4 people. And we have to consider that in that race on Hotel Skyway, Penta Penguin disconnected already very early on in that one. So
Yeah.
being able to still pull off a
Disconnected
race
basically
win,
as soon as they hit the STP, basically.
Yeah. and pulling a win from that is nothing to shrug off.
Yeah, for sure.
3位で青バリア。
We see the top 2 getting ready to pull up on the final stretch already. While everybody else is about halfway done with the lap.
Yeah, Wabi-Sabi being first here, and yeah, that means that Japan has won that entire match. Good play.
Yeah, we're gonna see some big points
Between
between Wabi-Sabi and possibly Ramu. I mean, even everybody on Japan's score is kind of balanced for the most part.
Wow, you see a clock at the end right there.
うまかった
ナイス。
申し訳ない、途中で仮面使ってしまった、抜くために。
いやいや。でもないでもない。ナイス勝利。
ナイス。
素晴らしい
So closed out with 2 races to go
Yes.
still.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of demoralizing when you see this much of a lead and still have 2 races to go, honestly.
Yeah, it's no small lead either. They are leading by 50 points, which is
いい感じに
it's quite a lot.
まあ、いないも同然だったからな。
Yeah, usually at this point you're kind of sitting here like, man, I don't even want to play these last 2 tracks.
すごく
I mean, in terms of like seeding for like the final bracket, the points still matter. But I agree. A lot of teams get demotivated when they know, okay, we already lost the match, and why do we still have to play the last race or the last two races even?
なんか蓋を開けてみれば
So yeah.
勝ちやね、これ、クラン戦でも。
It's gonna be even worse in the final bracket when we play 20 tracks, and imagine if imagine if there's a winner already after like 14 tracks, for example, and you have to
gotta play half a war still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
うん。
Oh man, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be like a 2+ hour war.
Yeah, yeah. The 20 track matches are gonna be insane.
Yeah, we talked about that last time. I just can't get over it. I mean, it's gonna be big.
It really will.
こうです
And with 4 horse changes in total, we can expect it to take at least 10 hours.
え、違うでしょ。
ペンタかあこれペンタ
I mean, imagine Colombians.
あなるほどね
Just Colombia versus Colombia
I will
Yeah.
wake up to his-
and a 20 track war.
Colombia versus Peru, let's fucking
先生モ
go.
テモテじゃん。
Oh shit.
あ攻めます
Me too.
ほい
ここは全員なんで見ていいよ。
ほい
Alright, so let's see how this race goes. I don't really think I've seen this track played much in 4v4s either. I know that this track is kind of
It's a
kind
very
of explosive.
it's
as
a
we would
very
call it, I guess.
very unpopular track. Nobody likes it. Almost nobody likes it.
爆弾
Yeah.
Yeah, Aki gets wrecked by the mine already, and he's gonna lose fire. Yeah.
もう死にました。
Damn. He actually kind of kept it.
僕8
He
位。
could have if he didn't miss the jump.
Oh, when he hits the blade, and he's. I mean, either he's tilted or he just legitimately doesn't care anymore.
仮面持ってるよ。
Aren't those the same thing?
金網にある
あれね。
今こ
今外から行かなかった
行かなかった
じゃあちょっとリンゴ2個ちょうだい。
はい
Do you see Penta is out in front? and
Wow.
There is another, actually top 3
Oh,
Brazilian right now.
it's looking rough now.
なんでそんなアウトに行ってしまうんだ大変ごめん
And
ごめんラグで
one of the Brazilians falls.
It's actually the Brazil team who's winning, which is all the more surprising. And Aki is just getting wrecked at this point.
う
Like,
ワンツーは2月かもしれない
wow.
Yeah, like it was top 3 Brazil.
And he loses fire. And
オイルして
oh, so Nagimo probably. Oh, he actually got hit. Okay, it's a desync. Nice, yeah.
爆弾起動しちゃったらごめん。
また外側を仮面で切ろうかな。うん、そうする。あれ、疑問してるね。ごめん。
I mean, yeah, I guess we are seeing some kind of unusual mistakes. I would say they are probably just not even caring anymore. Like we can see even the Japanese hitting each other. Yeah, they probably don't take it that seriously anymore since they've won pretty much.
3、4、5、6。
なんか右寄って。
Yeah, they do be kind of griefing.
先生もすぐ。
Yeah,
If this was a professional esport, they would be being fined right now.
yeah,
シールド通れ
yeah.
なかった
But this is CTR, so nobody cares.
大ジャンプ。
とにかくワンツー取られてるよ。
あ、本当だ。
345どっち
オッケー。ノブちゃん後ろ敵近い。
カップだな。
同じ速度
I mean,
You
Ake
looking to
could
make
use
it
that
kind of
mask
rotate.
if he really wanted. Oh, nice orb.
先生バリア
I think he still should have used it earlier because then he
Yeah.
could have broken.
And he can take
Shield.
Babisa. Ooh, nice. So we actually see a pop-off here from Brazil.
仮面だな、これ。
They have
Oh.
top 3 for the first time in that set.
先生5位
That's a nice beaker and Tahine. Oh, unnecessary goes tight there. Hits the red beaker. And he's gonna be stuck before the shortcut now. Because the red beaker there is just devastating. It takes you out immediately.
踏まれてる。これきついな、僕8位だ。
Goes for the back
Oh,
bomb.
Pakita.
Doesn't quite hit.
あー、待ってごめん
Unfortunately.
待って。
Yeah, I
yes,
mean,
actually,
Romo
it
is
does
too
look
far
like
behind.
it's going. Does actually look
Second
like it will end up being a top 3.
Oh.
But never mind. You know?
3、2、1。
Wait. This is gonna be close for the top
Did
3
Romu
places.
actually hit that beaker and did it?
Yes.
How is...
And
wow.
a second warp orb.
アーキーをしてる。
No, he can't make that jump if he respawns
あ
there.
ー先生追っかけ。
And Babizabi actually hits it. They're hitting all each other's backspam. That's insane. Like we've seen so many players hitting backspam and whatnot. And wow. Okay.
Yo, the top 4 Brazil.
And the orb is coming.
never mind.
Wow.
ああ、ごめん、時間なかったわ。
Insane. Okay, that was a
Almost
that
the
was a
top 4 Brazil.
wild race, to be honest.
うまい。
クソみたいな走りしたわこれ。マジですまん。
I don't think I've ever seen so many people hitting backspam of people.
普通にフィジカルのワープで急に
But it do be kinda like that sometimes, I guess.
なるほど。
ヘインさんがなんか後ろで仮面使ってアーキー。
If they were 50 behind and then top 4 the next 2 races, where would that leave them?
They would be 12 behind
Okay.
because top 4 is 19 points.
Okay.
And they got 17 right now, so I mean they should have started turning on the engine a little bit earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, just win, dude.
Yep, just win. Yeah, and it's looking better now. 33 points only.
Yeah, I mean after a almost top 4 win, that they're definitely gonna start looking a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, if they could technically pull off another top 4 and they would only lose by like 14 points, that would look a bit better than losing by 50 points, you know, just for like the mentality. Like if you lose by 5 points, that's a bit better than losing by 100 points, for example. So yeah.
Yeah, when we saw the 100-point gaps in the first stage of seeding, it was
I think I remember
kinda...
it was Italy versus Spain. I think I remember. There was a really one-sided race where Spain just got ended basically.
Ending underscore Spain.
Yep.
4位でいけるよ。
え、なんで ?43 点。
45になってるこっち。
総得点は間違ってないですか？
192。
合ってるな。
どっかで逆に合ってんのかね、何かが。つなぎも何点？まあいいや、ごめん、後にしよう。
後で。
後にしよう。
Alrighty.
あのチョコレートの皮。
Gonna end it all off with some Christmas spirit.
Yep. One of my favorite tracks in the game, but I know many people don't like the track.
Yeah, I actually really like this track.
I feel
too,
like
not gonna lie.
whenever I talk about tracks, I feel like most people don't like most tracks in the game actually.
I mean, yeah, it's CTR. I mean,
Yeah.
everything sucks.
But there's so many tracks that there's only very few tracks where I don't see people shit on all day. Like I don't like Android Alley is probably one of those tracks where people don't shit on, but like Mega Mix Mania, Drive Through Danger and Sewer and whatnot, like people just shit on those tracks all day, all night.
Yeah, I mean, this track. In general, I like this track too much, or a decent amount, especially now with a lot of the fixed collisions. I used to hate the shortcut, but the shortcut's pretty good now.
I mean, the shortcut is still the only issue that I see on the track, because the shortcut is very narrow and basically one item or combo backspam guaranteed just traps the shortcut and makes it unpassable. And I think that creates some gameplay balance issues where if one team manages to be top 2 at the start of the second lap, they basically win. And then I think that's not really good game design. It's the same issue that Spiral Circuit has, where someone who passes the portal can just block an put an item in there. And I think the Gingerbread Joyride shortcut is really kind of similar in that regard, where you just put an item in there with 2 people and boom, you won. Nobody else can take the shortcut anymore. Also, special shout out for the jelly beans, the jelly at the end, like those jelly thingies where people just constantly drive into and get wrecked.
despite the fact that they're really easy to
Yeah,
read.
like those jellies at the end, they move in a clockwise circle, and still people constantly get ended by the jelly.
いつかも出してるはず。
We do see another top 3 for Brazil though.
Mm.
Definitely looking nice for them again.
あ、外側に赤を入れる。
はい
外側に最初入れば大丈夫。
We don't really see much backspam at all, actually. Aki is placing some items down, but the top 2 is basically just time trialing in their shields, probably.
先生密だからまあちょっと普通に攻めてもらえると嬉しい。
Yeah, Aki trying to fire missile back, but yeah, that space is not enough there.
Yep.
I mean, Aki could technically go around the shortcut and try to get Tahain, but then again, it's probably not really worth it.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What? One of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't see one of
AWS
the Brazilians.
failed on the shot. Oh, and he places a nice beaker down right at the end, and that might be enough for AWS to overtake Tahain if he's lucky.
やばいんじゃない？
Maybe.
Oh
That
no,
was
he
close.
oh
Nope, not
barely
quite.
misses. Less than a second off. Yeah, but still, that's a really good finish for the last track actually. So many plus points for Team Brazil. Yeah, they definitely evened out the point difference in the last 2 races, which is kinda nice. So that they don't lose by like 50 points or anything. Instead it's like probably 17 or something.
Yeah, this definitely looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah.
まあ、あまり気持ちいい勝ちじゃなかったけど。
Okay, let
勝ち
me
です。
make the points and then we can see by how many points they lost.
あ、ロムさんどこ点数違うか。
Yeah, they lost by 18 points. That's almost what I predicted.
Yep.
Yeah, 18 point. I mean, 18 points is that's okay. It's a slight loss, but yeah, I think the mystery caves is really what killed it there. Like if that mystery caves didn't happen, Brazil would have basically won.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mystery caves, the Japanese players had top 4. Yeah. Yeah, that mystery caves kinda wrecked them.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Mm.
The mystery caves and then the disconnects.
Yeah, the mystery
definitely
caves and
didn't
the
help them out.
disconnects, for sure. Yeah, the disconnects were really unfortunate. Like, especially Hot Air Skyway could have been a really good race if the 4th player would have still been there to actually have an impact on the race. But then again, considering the 2 disconnects, Brazil played as well as they could. They evened out the points at the end, going from 50 minus to only 18 minus, which is respectable. That's on average 16 points per race, so it's nothing to shrug off.
4-5-6取った時